So, hello everybody, here we are back with The Lost Realm, and today we are going to play the second adventure pack called Escape from Mount Gram. And I would actually like to give this an entirely different name, namely Escape from Dol Guldur, only this time done well. Escape from Dol Guldur is of course the third quest from the base set, which is hellishly difficult, and I've never ever met anyone who managed to win this regularly and not just by chance without making some adjustments to the actual quest. So the story is that we have all been imprisoned in Mount Gram and we're trying to escape. There is one mechanic that is important to note, and that is the capture mechanic. And the capture mechanic represents our gear, but also our friends, our allies, haven't been taken either prisoner or basically removed, so that we cannot access them, which of course is quite difficult, because if you have no allies and if you have no gear, you are going to be in terrible trouble. So how does this game now work? First of all, we have the normal, and I'm just going to tell you how you play it solo, because if you play it with multiple players, there is a second stage where you have multiple staging areas for the second stage. We will not go into this because I play single-handed. So first of all, you have two cards that you set aside, the Jailer Goranach and the Southern Gate. So we will come to those later if we get to that stage at all. And then you have your normal game cards from the deck, the ones with the shackle symbol. And then you also set aside the orcs from the base game. So this is a separate deck which you don't use at the beginning. You also set aside a prison cell. So first of all, let's just shuffle the encounter deck. So what we next need to do is we need to separate out all of our attachments and allies, and we put those, all items and mount attachments, into a separate pile. That is the captured pile. Everything else that we have, titles, songs, conditions, all attachments that are not items or mounts, go into this separate draw deck. So we will then shuffle this and set it aside. So basically, if you want to play this, you need to put in songs, because next you lose all but one of your heroes. And unlike the Escape from Dol Guldur, you get to choose which one to keep. So I've never played this with Elrond, but I'm going to keep Elrond back. What we're then going to do is we're going to shuffle the remaining two heroes. And then we're going to, this is the ally deck. So then, this is this card. It's a new sleeve. And then what we're going to do is we're going to randomly decide by rolling a die, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's a 6. So we take this one. This is another hero. We put it into the capture pile and shuffle the hero in. And this hero card we don't look at, but we set it aside. And we don't look at it at all. So we're going to put it down here. Okay. So now we have our hero. We set our beginning threat to his threat level, which is 13 in this case. And then we are going to move to the second stage already. The second stage reads capture 7. So we take 7 cards from our capture deck and we put them underneath this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't look at them, we just put them under it. We also take 1 copy of Prison Cell. Now Prison Cell reads capture 1. So we put 1 card from our capture deck under the Prison Cell, But it also instructs us to add 2 additional cards from the top of the capture deck and underneath that copy of Prison Cell. Now this is in the staging area. So these are our 7 captured cards, which we put underneath stage 2. And what happens is, every time we would put progress on the quest, we take a card or the equal number of cards of progress from underneath it instead. We don't get to look at them, it's completely, I just draw from the top. Then we draw our starting hand, which in our case is 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And here we see the problem already. We have Light of Valinor, which is good because it means that we can attach it to Elrond and he will be able to quest without exhausting. But we also have 2 event cards from the tactics sphere, which of course he can't use at the moment. But there are songs in there that will allow him to do just that. So he's going to get his starting money, which is 2. So we're going to invest 1. And then he's going to exhaust. Well, not really. He's going to use his Light of Valinor, which will allow him to quest even without exhausting. And then we are going to draw normally from the encounter deck. And this is when revealed, each player must either deal 1 damage to each exhausted character he controls, which doesn't happen, so that's good. So we have 2 cards, so we have 2 progress, 3 progress minus the 1 for the prison cell, which means we get to put 2 progress on the quest. So we get to draw 2 cards from the quest deck, as it were. And then what we're going to do is we are going to look at the card Prison Cell, and it reads, response. After the players travel to Prison Cell, look at the captured cards underneath it and choose 1 to put into play at no cost. So we get to look at them. And we've got Arduin, we've got the Imladris Stargazer, and we've got the West Road Traveller. So now we know that there are 3 allies underneath it, and we're going to take Arduin. So that, because that's a no-brainer. And then we travel here. We also got 2 cards from here, and it is Rivendell Blade and Asphaloth. And of course we could play at least Asphaloth because Elrond has the special ability, is a lore hero. Plus he's got the special ability that he can play allies from every sphere, which is why I allowed him to play Arwen. I've also played this with Glorfindel, and of course Glorfindel is a spirit hero. So whenever I drew a card that he couldn't play, I wouldn't have played it from underneath. And I'm not sure if this is actually played correctly because it says choose 1 and put it into play at no cost. Maybe one could have played her regardless. So now that's the end of the round. We increase our threat. We draw 1 card from our draw deck. And we are lucky because it's resourceful. So we're going to give him the resource that he gets. Since it is secrecy, he only pays 1 for it. He can't play Asphaloth just now, but he may at a later stage. So now we're going to go questing with Arwen. And, well, actually we're not, because we don't want to go through this too quickly, because the next stage is going to be quite difficult. So what we're going to do is we are going to quest with Elrond and Arwen. We're going to draw a card. Each player discards the top card of his captured deck and raises his threat by that card's printed resource cost. If at least 1 player discarded no cards, that's not going to happen, so it's a 1, so that's not too bad. But this card is now gone, we're never going to get it back. So we increase our threat by 1. Okay, so now we've quested for 5 against 3, so the prison cell goes away. We get these 2 cards, plus we get 2 more from here. So next round we might not want to quest, because we need to build a tableau first. So now that's the end of the round. Everyone refreshes. Elrond gets 2 resources because of resourceful. He draws a card. We increase our threat to 16. And let's see what we've got. We've got Elrond's Council. We've got 2 Faints, Rivendell Blade, Imladris Stargazer. Actually, we're going to bring out the Warden of Healing. Because healing may become important later. So we're going to pay for him. And we are going to play Elrond's Council to decrease our threat to 13. And we're going to go questing with Arduin und Domiel and the Elrond's Council card. So we have 3 quests against, Doom 3. Until the end of the round, okay, nothing happens because we don't have any enemies. But now we have the problem that we have 3, and this means we are finishing this stage way earlier than I wanted to. But hey, that's the way it works. So, when revealed, add Southern Gate and Jailer Gornak to the staging area. Yeah, and they together already make up 6, so that's bad. Then shuffle the Angmar Orcs encounter set into the encounter deck. Then reveal 1 encounter card per player. And that is Dungeon Guard, and it says capture 1. And this one will now actually engage us after the captured, and this is now a problem because Jailer Gornak reads, after 1 or more captured cards are rescued, Jailer Gornak engages the player with the highest threat and makes an immediate attack. We don't want this to happen. So what's going to happen now is this guy is going to attack us because he's got threat 16. We're going to defend with Elrond, and he has 4 defense because of Arwen's ability, but he doesn't have the Burning Brand yet. So we'll see. +1 for each ally the defending player controls. Oh, that's painful. So it's 1, 2, 4, and he has 4 attack. So, and he's got 4 defense. Okay, so nothing happens, but we're not going to hit back. First of all, we can't. Well, I guess we could use, well, no, the Ward of Healing doesn't do anything. So, okay, he's now sticking with us, but the problem is really, once we capture this card, this guy is going to attack us, and we have no way of defending against him. So that's why getting through stage 2 too quickly is a problem. That's only a problem in the single player game, because in the multiplayer game, once you've finished your second stage, you would join somebody else in their second stage. So we're going to increase our threat by 1, and we get 2. So let's see. We drew a hero. We get Glorfindel. That's brilliant. We don't have to pay for him. He comes cost free. And we have a song. Now that's important. We're going to attach the song to Elrond. And because now it means we can actually start fainting and do all kinds of things. We've also drawn Gandalf and the West Road Traveller. And the question is, what are we going to do? I believe we are going to attach the Rivendell Blade to Glorfindel. And we're going to keep this back to faint. So now we have 3, 6 in the area. So we're going to quest with Arwen for 2. For 5, that's now... Okay, so we're going to get threat this round, but that can't be helped at the moment. So we have 2, 5 against 6, against 8. When revealed, either discard 1 ally from play or reveal an additional encounter card. Yeah, we're not going to do this. We're going to reveal an additional card. Okay, that's fine. So we have 3, 6, 9, 11 against 5. 5. So we increase it by 3. That's not good, but hey, there's nothing. By 6, there's nothing we can do about this. So this guy now makes an attack. We're going to defend with Elrond. Capture each attachment attached to the defending character underneath the attacking enemy. That's terrible. Okay, so this is going to happen. We're going to hit back he's gonna kill him. Now this guy is going to make an attack, but we're gonna feint him. So nothing happens. And I'm not sure, I think he would actually stay with us then. Everything refreshes. Now we have the problem that, of course, we have all of these cards. We have no longer any secrecy. So actually getting the resourceful card is going to be terribly expensive. And we only have like... So this is why the Burning Brand makes a lot of sense in this game as well. So let's see. Yeah, there is nothing we can do. We're going to attach Song of Battle one more time. We're going to attach Light of Valinor to Glorfindel. Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to quest essentially with everyone. 3, 6, well, he doesn't exhaust actually. 3, 6, 8 against already 8. This is going to end terribly against 11, which means this one is going to attack us. So 11. So we increase our threat by 3, 1, 2, 3. This one is going to attack us. Shadow card, Glorfindel defends. He has 2 defense against 3 attacks, so he takes 1 wound. And this one, well, will attack us too. So as you can see, we've already kind of pretty much lost the game. And the reason why we lost was because we went through stage 1 too quickly. We had very good starting chances, but it really stands and falls with you being able to build a tableau. Well, we can still do this. So essentially, he's going to attack. He has 5 against 3, so Elrond takes 2. He has 3 against 1, so he takes 2 as well. They both refresh. We exhaust the Warden of Healing, so we heal everyone, increase by 1. Everyone gets a resource. And we need to increase our threat by 5 because of Glorfindel. Because Glorfindel joined us. And now everybody's going to attack, so we've pretty much lost the game at this stage. But I just wanted to showcase this because I think it's a really well-designed quest. I really like the mechanics of the quest because I think when I think back of my first exposure to The Lord of the Rings, I, like everybody else, died in Dol Guldur so many times, and it was really frustrating. And why was it frustrating? Because the idea of having someone capture someone else and then playing this game with just one or with 2 heroes and trying to free things over time made a lot of sense, and it was such a really interesting mechanic, but the way it was implemented was simply bad. I mean, there was no way this game could work, and I saw people like, Glaurung, for example, who's a really experienced deck constructor, who actually sat down and played the game on camera, and he even said, well, I'm just going to choose which of my heroes is going to be the one that I'm going to put out there and have captured, because if you just leave it up to fate, as it were, it's not going to work. You will not succeed. And I think that this is quite an interesting point of view, because that was also my experience. It simply doesn't work. And here you've got somebody who takes another look at the same scenario, because it is essentially the same scenario. It doesn't make any difference if you're escaping from Dol Guldur or Mount Gram. But they say, okay, we need to do this differently. How do we do it? How can we make this work? And I really like this game a lot better. I have one. I've never played with Elrond before. I've always played with Glorfindel. So this time was the first time around that I was playing with Elrond. I think that Elrond is just as capable of doing this as is Glorfindel. Really, I mean, it is a really nice quest, and I'm going to play this one more time, not on camera though, and I'll let you know if I ever manage to pass this with Elrond, and I wish you all a pleasant rest of the day. Bye!